My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues. Please subscribe to our channel. We talk a lot in our divorces about the process, about how you get divorced, what do you do. We talk about custody, how do you gain custody, how do you accomplish these things, and sometimes it goes on for months and months, and you all know, it's a battle, and sometimes you get bruised, sometimes the other side gets bruised. Well, ultimately, we have it finalized. The question is, now what do we do? Right? Because you've got an order that tells you, you shall do this, you shall do that, but how do we implement? Well, in most cases, there's already, since these cases take so long, so let's say with respect to custody, there's already been months and months of a back and forth between, the children, shuttling them here, shuttling them there, sort of platooning between dad and mom and all this. So that infrastructure is probably already in place. So I'm not so much concerned with how do we handle the parenting time with the kids. You probably have had months where you've put that in place. But when we talk about, for example, so-and-so has a case, it goes to trial, the judge orders that, the Mercedes goes to the husband. How do we actually implement that? Well, what should happen is after the judgment is entered by the court, we should wait till it's finalized. Assuming that nobody's going to appeal, there should be a conversation. And the conversation should go like this. I'm supposed to get the Mercedes. When can I come pick it up? If the relationship between husband and wife or ex-husband and ex-wife is not good anymore, it should go through the lawyers. But the lawyers with the clients and the various help, one to the other, should implement the judgment, make sure that you get what you're supposed to get, you get what you're supposed to get. Now, sometimes somebody won't agree. Sometimes the house is supposed to be sold. The person who's in possession refuses to hire a realtor, refuses to put it up for sale. Why? He or she doesn't like the fact that the court ordered them to do it. Whatever the reason. Sometimes implementation is difficult. If that's the case, and it shouldn't always be that way, it should never be that way, but if it is the case, you try what you can to get the person to say, look, we don't want to spend more money on courts and lawyers, okay? Let's just do what the court ordered. But if you can't get that level of cooperation, you need to contact your lawyer. You need to say, I hate to say this, but I'm not getting implementation. She refuses to sell the house. He refuses to turn over the bank account. I can't get cooperation with the pension. I can't do this. And then your lawyer will file supplemental proceedings post-judgment in order to enforce the judgment. The judgment is like a contract. And what do you do if somebody doesn't honor a contract? You sue them to enforce it. Same thing with the judgment. We sue them to enforce it. It's not fair. You shouldn't have to do it. Sometimes the parties will make you do it, but I will tell you that when the court has already ordered it and the other side has simply not complied, the court is much more likely and much more predisposed, I should say, to awarding attorney fees. If you are forced to come back and ask the court to implement something that the court already ordered. It's one thing when you're in the judgment, before you're working it out and, somebody doesn't do something, well, the court hasn't ordered that, you guys are still fighting about it, it's a dispute, fine. Then at that time, the court doesn't usually order a lot of attorney fees, or not to the same degree as post-judgment. But if it's post-judgment, the court already went through all this crap and made a finding and you're still not honoring it, you know what's going to happen? The court is likely to say, I'm going to enforce my order, and I'm going to order that the offending party who didn't listen reimburse the other side for attorney fees. And you know what that means? That means the person who's not cooperating is paying their lawyer and paying the other lawyer. So in that situation, that's what the court does in order to make sure that the judgment is enforced. Do you have any questions about that? Of course, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.